How does capitalism impact social inequality? If you're wondering how capitalism affects social inequality, you're about to uncover some important insights. Let's break it down step by step. Capitalism, at its core, is an economic system where private individuals and businesses own and control property and resources. While it promotes freedom and equality under the law, it also has some inherent mechanisms that can exacerbate social inequality. One of the key issues is the distribution of wealth. In many capitalist countries, a small percentage of the population holds a significant portion of the wealth. For example, in the USA, the richest 1% own about 34% of the wealth, and the richest 10% own around 74% of the wealth. Similar patterns are seen in other developed countries like the UK, France, and Switzerland. This inequality is not just about money. It has real-life consequences. Research by Richard Wilkinson and Kate Pickett in their book The Spirit Level shows that higher levels of inequality are linked to poorer physical and mental health, lower education levels, reduced social mobility, and even higher rates of drug abuse, imprisonment, and violence. So, what drives this inequality? It's not just individual differences in talent or skill. A significant factor is the inequality of inheritance. When wealth is passed down through generations, it creates cumulative advantages for some and disadvantages for others. This leads to differences in education, economic power, and further inequalities in income. Another critical aspect is the relationship between capital and labor. In capitalism, capital can be used as collateral to obtain loans and generate more wealth, but labor cannot. This asymmetry means that workers are at a disadvantage compared to capitalists. For instance, workers cannot use their labor as collateral to borrow money and invest, while capitalists can use their property to do so. The structure of the labor market also plays a role. Since workers are free to change jobs, employers have less incentive to invest in their skills, especially in knowledge-intensive economies. This can lead to an unskilled and low-paid underclass, further exacerbating inequality. Technological changes also contribute to inequality. As economies become more technologically advanced, a smaller number of highly skilled and educated individuals produce a larger share of the national wealth. This concentration of wealth among a few can widen the gap between the rich and the poor. To address these issues, various strategies have been proposed. One approach is to implement policies like inheritance taxes, balanced by grants to young adults, as suggested by Thomas Paine. This can help recycle wealth and provide greater equality of opportunity. Another strategy is to promote employee ownership and shareholding, which can increase incentives and job satisfaction for workers. In summary, capitalism's impact on social inequality is complex and multifaceted. It involves issues of wealth distribution, inheritance, the capital-labor relationship, and technological changes. Addressing these inequalities requires thoughtful policies that balance economic growth with social fairness.